So this is our booster. The familiar portion of scripture from Psalm 23 and verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. David begins Psalm 23 with one of the most profound declarations in all of scripture. The Lord is my shepherd. With these words, he sets the tone for an entire psalm of trust, peace, and rest in God's care. A shepherd in biblical times was more than just someone who tended sheep. He lived among them, guided them to green pastures, protected them from danger, bound up their wounds, and even risked his own life for them. Sheep were utterly dependent on the shepherd's voice and leadership. David himself, once a shepherd, understood this picture intimately, and now he saw the Lord as his shepherd. This verse is deeply personal. Now, David didn't say, the Lord is a shepherd, which is true. He said, the Lord is my shepherd. It's a confession of a personal relationship because God's care is not distant or general. It is so near and intimate. Just as a shepherd knows each sheep, the Lord knows you personally, your needs, your struggles, your fears, even your desires. He knows everything about you. The next phrase, I shall not want, flows naturally from this truth that the Lord is my shepherd. If the Lord himself is your shepherd, then he will provide for you. Now, this does not mean you will never face difficulties or lack material things, but what it means is that God will give you what he knows you truly need. He provides nourishment for your soul, strength for your journey, protection when dangers arise, provision of material things and natural things. So when life feels uncertain, you can rest in the assurance that your shepherd leads with wisdom and love. Sometimes he leads us to green pastures, seasons of abundance and rest. Other times he leads us through valleys, what I call the valley of the shadow of death, a place we don't like, seasons of trials. But whether in pastures or in valleys, he is always there with us. He never ever abandons his sheep. The heart of this verse then calls us to rest. Too often we act like self-sufficient sheep, wandering off on our own path, thinking we know better than the shepherd himself. But sheep that wander about and wander without a shepherd become vulnerable to predators. In the same way, when you stray from God's presence, you expose yourself to spiritual harm. Today, let this truth sink deep into your spirit. The Lord is your personal shepherd. He is your guide, your provider, your protector. Your responsibility is not to figure everything out, but to rest in his leading, to follow his voice, and to rest in his care. I'm Stephen Holford, and this is your Power Booster.